He owned mansions worth tens of millions. He flew on private jets with no passenger lists. He had a private island hidden from the world. Yet, for decades, no one stopped him. This is not a story about success. This is a story about how luxury became a weapon. What if extreme wealth didn't just buy comfort, but invisibility? A man who came from nowhere. Jeffrey Epstein was not born into royalty. No famous last name. No inherited fortune. Just a quiet boy from Brooklyn who somehow climbed into the most powerful circles on earth. By his early 30s, Epstein was managing money for billionaires, despite having no public track record, no clear credentials, and no transparent source of wealth. And that mystery was the first red flag no one questioned. How does a nobody gain access to everybody? The Manhattan mansion in Epstein's New York mansion wasn't just expensive. It was unnatural. 7 stories tall, larger than most embassies, located steps away from Central Park. Inside, marble staircases, private elevators, priceless artwork, locked rooms. Few were allowed to enter. Visitors said the house felt cold, controlled, watched. This wasn't a home. It was a command center. Luxury isn't always about beauty. Sometimes it's about control. Private jets and absolute freedom. Epstein didn't fly commercial. He didn't wait in lines. He didn't show passports. He didn't leave records. His private jets gave him total freedom to move people, move himself, and disappear across borders without questions. To outsiders, the jets symbolized power. To investigators, they later symbolized something far darker. Because when no one is watching, anything can happen. What happens when a man lives above the law, literally? Little St. James, the island in the Caribbean, said Epstein's crown jewel. Little St. James, a private island surrounded by blue water, guarded docks, and silence. Luxury villas lined the shore. Cameras monitored movement. Access was tightly controlled. Epstein claimed it was a retreat for science and philanthropy. But no real science ever happened there. Only secrecy. Only isolation. Only unanswered questions. Why does a billionaire need an island no one can enter? A global web of luxury. Epstein didn't live in one place. He collected homes the way others collect watches. Palm Beach, New Mexico, Paris, the Virgin Islands. Each property, staffed full-time, protected by legal agreements, shielded by silence. Every location followed the same rule: privacy above all else. Luxury wasn't indulgence. It was strategy. When every home is guarded, what exactly is being protected? The power of proximity. Epstein's most disturbing luxury wasn't property. It was access. He dined with billionaires. He attended private meetings with world leaders. He donated to elite universities and research institutions. Photographs placed him beside presidents and royalty. And with every handshake, his image grew cleaner, more respectable, more untouchable. If powerful people trust you, who dares question you? The mask of philanthropy. Epstein called himself a philanthropist. He spoke of science, intelligence, and the future of humanity. He wrote checks to universities, funded research projects, sponsored conferences. But behind the generosity was something else. A shield. Because people don't investigate benefactors, they thank them. What if charity wasn't kindness but camouflage? Buying silence. Wealth doesn't just buy luxury. It buys time. It buys lawyers. It buys silence. Settlements were paid quietly. Agreements were signed. Stories disappeared. Staff rotated. Victims were ignored. Warnings were buried. Every dollar added another war between Epstein and accountability. How much does it cost to make the truth disappear? The illusion begins to crack eventually. The silence couldn't hold. Documents surfaced. Victims spoke. Investigations reopened. The same mansions that once impressed people now look suspicious. The same secrecy that once felt elite now felt criminal. The illusion was collapsing. When the spotlight finally turns on, where do you hide? The fall in 2019. Epstein was arrested under global scrutiny. The jets stopped flying. The island went quiet. The mansions emptied. For the first time, wealth couldn't save him. The luxury life that once protected him became evidence of how deeply the system had failed. Final reflection. Jeffrey Epstein's story isn't about riches. It's about what happens when power exists without oversight. When luxury becomes insulation. When wealth replaces morality. When silence is purchased instead of truth. Behind every polished surface was control. Behind every locked door was secrecy. And behind the illusion of luxury was exploitation. If stories like this matter, support the channel, like the video, subscribe for more deep dives into wealth, power, and the truth behind the curtain.